Hi, welcome to the Retirement Railroad. I'm Steve. I've said in the past I like to get out and about and get down to my local brick and mortar hobby shop at least once a month, if not a couple times a month. See what they got, pick up supplies I need, and talk trains with Dave and Kelly down there. And I had another gentleman there this morning, George, also very nice and helpful. So I drove down, and I also had an ulterior motive this time. Last May, I bought a BLI, Broadway Limited, Paragon 3, Rolling Thunder, 280 Consolidated, CB&Q locomotive. Ran it 3 times, and the decoder went out. So sent it back, and Kelly told me it's going to be about 13 weeks, and I said, okay, no problem. And so they sent it back in, and it came back last week, late last week, and today was the earliest I could get down there to go pick it up. And they not only replaced the decoder, they replaced gears, they went through it with a fine-tooth comb. And like I said, it was brand new when I bought it. Only ran it 3 times for very short periods of time, and they replaced the gearing. Anyway, I haven't tried it out yet, but kudos to them if it's all working right now. So, what else did I get? Well, not only did I stop at Gulf Coast Model Trains. After I left there, I stopped at the dollar store, and also Michael's, okay, hobby craft store. And so let's take a look and see everything I got. But before we do that, let me go on a little bit of a rant. I've said in the past videos I model Chicago suburbs, and in roughly 1965. Well, one of the landmarks in Chicago, downtown, is Buckingham Fountain on the lake, in Grant Park on the lakeshore. And I've been looking for something to represent Buckingham Fountain. Not necessarily prototypically, but at least proto-representative. Okay? And I had bought this one fountain that was fiber optically lit, and it was pretty cool, but I was going to have to modify it extensively to take the out-of-scale people and out-of-scale trees, etc. off of it. And my wife is very big in the Christmas villages, and every time she'd walk through the train room, she would comment about how that would look so good on her Christmas village. So I was on eBay last week, and ran across a listing for an HO scale large fountain. I'm thinking to myself, and here's what the picture looked like. Okay. Now, for those of you that haven't seen Buckingham Fountain and what I'm talking about in that regard, there it is. So you can get it. It's a pretty large fountain. But I'm thinking, hey, this listing's for a large fountain. You know, okay. And it was $10 plus shipping, so 3D printed. So I sent off for it. It arrived Saturday, and this is it. Not exactly what I was expecting. If anybody has a 3D printer, get in touch with me, because what I'm looking for is something like this, about twice this size. All right, about 6 inches across and about 3 inches tall. All right, like this. And I could actually wouldn't have to have it all the way around. Actually, I could have just 1/2 slice of it and put it up against the backdrop. But if anybody got a 3D printer and wants to tackle a project, get a hold of me and let me know what it would cost me. All right. I did write the guy, the seller from eBay, and I said not exactly what I would consider a large fountain. And I said, if you have a 3D printer, what would it cost to get one, that size, 6 inches across and 3 inches tall? And he did respond saying, well, that's a large yard fountain. Well, that wasn't in the description, but okay. But he didn't even quote me a price, not even interested. So anyway, anybody got a 3D printer? Get a hold of me that wants to tackle the project. So, all right, let's get to it's not an unboxing, it's an unbagging. Let's start with the dollar store. One of the things I got to start on at some point is trees, okay, and shrubs, that type of thing. So I'm starting to stock up on those supplies. Every day when my wife and I go for a walk, we pick up twigs that might look like a good armature or trunk and branches for trees, and we've got a collection of those already. But you gotta have something to glue the leaves on with, and one of good adhesive is alcohol. Hairspray, which has alcohol in it. Picked up 3 cans of the cheapest hairspray they had at the dollar store. That'll get me started. All right. The next thing is Michaels. Well, as I said, you guys have supplies to build trees with. So picked up some armatures, or the trunks and branches, woodland scenics. This is a pack of 12 deciduous, and I've got a pack of 3 or 6 already, plus the ones we got, the twigs. So that's a good start. Next thing is, you gotta have leaves, right? Well, before you put the leaves on, this is coarse turf, and I also have blended turf in here somewhere. Anyway, I got blended turf too. It's laying down here somewhere. And you gotta have like a base and bushes and that type of thing. So I got all kinds of bags of lichen type moss, different colors. Alright, so you got all that. Picked up some fine paintbrushes, good fine paintbrushes, and an assortment pack including fine and fanned and all other types of paintbrushes. Okay, so wondering where that other Woodland Scenics turf is. I know it's here. Alright, so, oh, here it is, right here. Ta-da! Okay, now, from the hobby shop. Gulf Coast model train. I got 2 of these I-beams. One of my tips of the day, I had the lift out section in front of the meatpacking plant that sits on bridge piers. Well, the concrete road doesn't just typically span by itself. It's got to have support. Okay, so these I-beams will I'll paint them up the greenish blue, which is common back in the day in Chicago as the spans for that and other bridges. One of my first jobs in high school was working at a full-service Texaco station. So I picked up, it's Texaco sign and gas pumps, but I was really more interested in that tanker delivery for the refinery scene. Okay. I also picked up some brass rods. If you've watched my tip of the day, I use brass rods inside of buildings for electrical bus lines to solder the wire leads from the LED lights for lighting of my buildings. So I picked up some of those. I just finished a series of tips of the day. They haven't been posted yet. They'll be next week's or later this week. No, maybe next week's. I've been refurbishing my rolling stock that I've had since the 60s and 70s, and removing the plastic wheels and replacing them with metal wheels. Well, I need more 33-inch metal wheels. So picked up a big pack of those. I also picked up some Smales. Now, for those who don't know what a Smale is, it's a switch motor made by the same company. It's virtually identical to a tortoise, except it has a DCC decoder in it. So you program them with an address, and you can throw your switches via DCC direct with these without going through any other type of interface. They also work well with JMRI. So I picked up 2 of those. I also picked up on my refinery scene. I needed a blinking red light for the tower. All right, I got the flame coming off the one stack, but for the tower, I needed a blinking red light, so I picked up a pack of these 3, one red, one green, and one yellow blinking LEDs. I also picked up the Tamiya Extra Fine CA solvent has been back ordered for over a month, and I'm extremely low, so I needed something. So I picked up some Plastruct Bondine for styrene, plastic solvent cement. So we're going to give it a go. Alright, and I picked up 2 more packs of LED lights. These are the ones I typically use in locomotives with resistors included. They're included but not soldered on. Alright, you can buy sets that come pre-wired with resistors. These are not, but they're easy to solder on. So I'll do that. I have about 2 packs of those. I need 1 pack just for the refinery. All the scaffolding and such on the refinery needs to have lights. If you've ever driven by a refinery at night, you got all these work lights on all the scaffolding all over the place. So I need to simulate that a little bit better. And I got 2 other things, but I put them out on the list. That second was probably less than a second. Okay, I got Walther's traveling crane with brick street. I don't need the brick street, but I need the rails that this thing runs on or rolls on. This will be for my harbor scene. Excuse me. A little croup. This will be for the harbor scene. And on this one, it has a hook. Alright, well, my harbor doesn't need a hook. This crane is for loading and unloading gondolas into a barge. Okay, scrap metal. Because there's very large, or used to be very large, salvage yards, junk yards, up and down the Chicago Sanitary and Ship Canal that you'd load the scrap metal from gondolas into the barges. Then they take them to a recycling center, a steel plant, whatever. But anyway, that's what this is for. But I don't need the hook. I needed a clamshell bucket. So I got one of those too while I was there. Okay. So that is my big haul for today and my rant about my fountain. I want to thank you for joining me today on the Retirement Railroad. Make sure you have a happy modeling day. We'll talk with you all later. Bye now.